All right, welcome, RBT family. What's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on? Week 12 is here, baby. Man, hey, appreciate y'all. I see, look at y'all already in here up and early. Appreciate y'all. I had to do some last minute little running around, man. But we in the building, baby. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know what's going on, man. Football Sunday, week 12. It's time to get it going. Look at that. Look at that. Miles in the building. Appreciate you. Let's go. My dog Keandre in the building, man. Let's go. Good morning, good people. Let's get into it. That's how you got to start the morning off, dog. Upset of the year. Come on, man. That ain't the upset of the year. Nah, ain't no way. Ain't no way. That's a tough divisional matchup on the road in a blizzard 3 days after we just played the Ravens. Come on, man. Come on, man. Look at this guy. Y'all in here can't wait to talk. Look at Isaiah lose to the Browns. Can't relate. Oh. You still figure out how you lost to the Steelers. You worried about me lose to the Browns. Worry about you lose to the Steelers. Matter of fact, just do what I need you to do, man. Handle your business against Baltimore today. Handle your business against Baltimore today. Look at that. Hey, y'all in here fired up, boy. Hey, shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all, man. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't feel no way about it. We might as well talk about it then. I don't feel no way about it. Because the truth of the matter is, what we was 8-2. I didn't have us going 15-2 this season. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a 15-2 season or bust for the Steelers. Like, what you mean? We gonna drop a couple. We lost on the road on a short weekend of blizzard against a division opponent. Worse things have happened. Worse things have happened, man. That ain't too bad. I take it. Like I said, I take it, man. I didn't have us going 15-2. I ain't have us going 15-2 and all. I went to sleep Thursday night, woke up Friday morning, was number one in the division, man. I woke up today, number one in division. What are we talking about? What are we talking about, man? Be that as it may. Now, I'll tell you, man, Myles Garrett was a monster, man. Myles Garrett was a monster in this game. But that's the thing as well, man. He been eating Dan Moore's lunch for 4 years now, my left tackle. So it's nothing new. He been eating Dan Moore's lunch since he got to the league, and didn't nothing change on Thursday, bro. He had 3 sacks in the first half. 3 sacks and a forced fumble. He got a strip sack on Russ on one on. So 3 sacks and a forced fumble in the first quarter, or in the first half of that game. It was a rough day. Rough day dealing with Myles Garrett for sure. And then honestly, I'll tell you what was disappointing for me. It's just on the other side, dog. We didn't get no rush. We didn't get no rush, man. We didn't get no rush at all. We had like a one-off strip sack from Nick Herbig. You know what I mean? That came timely in the second half. You know what I'm saying? Second half, you know what I'm saying? We gave ourselves a chance to get back in it. But nah, hey, Browns did their thing. And I'll tell you what, man. Jameis threw an interception in that game. Jameis played well, dog. Jameis played well. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all know I'm a fan of Jameis. You know what I'm saying? I want him to do well. And he played well. He was, for the most part, and especially with the conditions, he was accurate. You know what I'm saying? He played well. He made critical plays when they needed him. And this was crazy. A crazy stat from that game. I think the Browns were like either 1 for 12, or there was a time where they were like 0-10 on third down. But they was like 5 for 5 on fourth down. You know what I mean? So us not being able to get off the field, we had some just terrible time management stuff, man. If there's one thing that we can say about Coach T, man, Mike Tomlin, that does appear to be a recurring issue, there is an issue with time management, dog. The use of timeouts, or not using timeouts right, getting plays in late. Like, we had a fourth down attempt with Justin Fields early in the game. We make the decision late, or the play gets in late. Or not, on the first field goal when we missed, are we going to go for it? We're going to kick the field goal. We end up trying to kick the field goal. We're late in the count. Boswell's not even finished setting up when we had to snap the ball to prevent the delay of game. Just things like that, man. Things like that crop up and hurt us. But it's all good, man. It's all good. Especially if Isaiah's Chargers handle their business at the crib on Monday Night Football, if they handle their business, man, I'll feel even better than I do now. For sure. He said no QB and no tackles or Derwin. Derwin James is out. Justin Herbert's out. Wait. Justin Herbert's out on Monday night. Now I gotta look at it. That's news to me. Bruh, is Justin Herbert out for real? Or are you just saying that? I didn't know anything about that if that's the case, bro. Hold on. Hold on, man. I gotta look this out. I gotta look this up. Isaiah, man, confirm for me, dog. Are you saying that Justin Herbert, and Slater and Derwin James are out for the Monday night game? That's crazy. He said no 15-2, but the Browns, Jameis 8 Mile Winston. Hey, he was 8 Mile Winston. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you now. The Browns, they've only they only got 3 wins, and I think the 3 wins they got are good team. No, they beat the Jaguars. But yeah, they beat us and the Ravens. But okay, look at the teams they beat. They beat us and the Ravens. Division opponents, dog. The AFC, like, when it's a division rivalry, dog, you throw that stuff out the window, bro. It's the division. It's the division. You know what I mean? It happens, dog. Come on, man. It happens. It happens. Hey, long time. Look at this stranger. Long time no see. Morning. Yeah, I wasn't sure you was gonna make it. You had a late night. Man, no, they definitely, bro. TJ had to go through at least 2 bodies every snap, dog. I'm glad you seen it too, bro. 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? It might be a tackle, tight end, and a halfback chip. You know what I'm saying? Tackle, tight end, and the backside guard, he's floating. You know what I'm saying? Or tackle in a sliding guard. Like, bro, it was, man. It really was. But honestly, like, it's really been like that for TJ all year, dog. It's really been like that all year. And hey, you make a good point, dog. And that's the thing, man. Like, we tried to, we did throw some doubles and some chips at Myles Garrett, but we didn't make it as much of a priority. I feel the same way, dog. I don't feel like we made it as much of a priority, and he made us pay, especially in that first half. And that's what's crazy. When we could get the ball off, we moved the ball. Like, we opened the game. We had like 2 40-yard plays in the first half. You know what I mean? Like, we had 2 plays, 2 explosive 40-yard downfield passing plays in the first half. But then we also had 3 sacks, a strip fumble. You know what I mean? Like, bad. I mean, so it was a lot of self-inflicted damage as well. But also, Cleveland was able to be more physical than us when it really mattered, dog. And I ain't no way around it. Like, on those 4th and shorts, those 4th and 1s and 4th and 2s, where we stop them on 3rd down, and they say nut up and do it again. Bro, we couldn't get no stops. Like I said, I think they were, there was a point where they were like 0-10 on 3rd down. I think they may have got a 3rd down before the game finally ended. Maybe they finished like 1 for 11 on 3rd or 1 for 12, something like that. But they were like either 4 for 4 or 5 for 5 on 4th down. And they were all like 4th and shorts. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it was, man. We couldn't get off the field. We couldn't get off the field, bro. Oh, yeah. Hey, man, shout out to my dog Keandre, man. Let me put them comments up. Shout out to my dog. But yeah, man, but no, that's a good point, bro. That's a good point. Because they definitely was like, if anybody but TJ is going to beat us this day. They definitely had that on their mind, bro. Let me say, he said versus us. Man, hey, they started that game. They couldn't finish the fight. They couldn't finish the fight. Ain't my fault they got knocked out. Sometimes dudes get knocked out in the second round, man. It still was a heavyweight bout. Tyson made a living on not letting people see the second round, dog. Don't mean the fight didn't happen. I don't know, man. Hey, y'all gotta get in the gym. Y'all gotta get in the gym, man. Sis in the chat, hollering at Keandre, what's going on? Hey, no, we ain't skip over it. We definitely gonna get to the NCAA highlight spotlight for sure, man. Y'all came in here on my Steelers head out the gate, man. I had to start defending myself, man. I had to, you know what I'm saying? I had to move around on y'all a little bit. Hey, man, hey, Devin Neal got busy. My God. Devin Neal definitely got busy. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and put it up on the board. Shout out to my dog Keandre, man. This college spotlight, man. Matter of fact, 1 second. Let's go ahead and put a little respect on his name. Hold on. Let's go ahead and put a little respect on his name. Devin Neal. Stud, apparently. Stud, man. Went crazy. And here's the thing as well. So Colorado's defense is definitely is always looked at as that's the weaker unit on that team. Now, last year it was atrocious. This year, for the most part, they've been playing decent ball. But their run defense specifically is still a weak point. Like they've been able to get after the passer this year. They've got terrific players in the secondary. We know what's going on with Travis Hunter. Number 7, the other safety across from Shiloh, he's been making plays. You know what I'm saying? So he's solid as well. Shiloh's kind of, the enforcer of the bunch, but that secondary has some guys, and then up front they can get after the passer as far as pass rush goes. But run defense has been a soft spot for this team a year and a half now, 2 years running now. You know what I mean? And so this isn't the first time they've been chewed up like this as well. Like teams that are like dominant run teams, they tend to have success against Colorado, bruh. And man, and Devin Neal went out there and did the fool, boy. It was also not just him as well, but the quarterback as well for Kansas. I can't think of his name, but the quarterback as well. He got loose several times. He had somebody with a highlight spin. You know what I'm saying? Who was that, man? I think he might have broke number 7 off, the other safety I was just talking about. He might have broke him off on like a 15-yard scramble. He went like up the right hash, spin, left that boy holding turf, and then went and got another like 4-5 yards. I mean, they just couldn't stand up in the run game at all. And the tackling was bad. Like in open space and open field, it was some bad tackles as well. So, man, that was definitely, man, a rough one for Colorado. Now, the only thing about it is BYU lost as well. So Colorado is behind BYU in the Big 12 rankings. Am I tripping? Yeah, no, that's Big 12. Colorado's behind BYU, and now BYU also lost. So our BYU, they were undefeated, and I think they've lost 2 in a row now because BYU also lost to Kansas, and then BYU just lost to Arizona State. And so the Buffaloes, Colorado, they also just lost to Kansas. Now, here's the thing about Kansas as well. They're only 5-6 now, but they on a hell of a run. They've beat 3 ranked opponents in a row now. They beat BYU, they beat Colorado, and they beat they've beat another ranked team. They've beat 3 ranked teams in a row for sure. I saw that graphic that was put up, after the Colorado game. So Kansas, they're 5-6, but they're playing damn good ball, damn dangerous ball right now too, especially at this time of year. So they're trying to spoil somebody's party. But also, they're fighting for a bowl game. They get 2 more wins, they get in the bowl. So they got a lot to still fight for themselves. And yeah, now they did the thing, man. Dog, Keandre said 4-piece, man. Hey, yeah, it went crazy. I think he had like what? Matter of fact, I was gonna guess. I could pull the stats real quick. I want to say, I know he had like 80 receiving yards and a receiver touchdown. And then he had like, was it like a $140, $150? Something like that, and 3 tubs rushing. Yeah, he definitely went crazy. Now I gotta see it. He definitely went crazy though. Man. Ooh, I lied. 37 for 207 and 3? Ooh. Ooh, wee. Ooh, wee. Hey, they stayed there watching that Asante Samuel tape, man. Hey, they must have. They must have did something, boy, because, hey, didn't nobody want no parts of that man. 37 carries, 207, and 3 touchdowns. Boy, that sounds like an Adrian Peterson stat line. That's prime Adrian Peterson stats right there, boy. God, dog. He did all of that and then gave you 4 catches for 80 yards and a touchdown. My God. He had damn near 300 yards. He had over 40 touches, damn near 300 yards, and 4 touchdowns. My goodness. I don't know where he was at as far as his draft profile before this game. But if you told me, if I saw no other game of Devin Neal but this Colorado tape, I'd be hard pressed to think he wasn't a top 60 player. If I'm just watching this one, I'm like, God damn, this kid gotta be top 60. And so, yeah, I can't wait to really get into just him and a lot of the players that are showing up, man. Like when draft season fully starts, I love me some draft season. Isaiah in here. Isaiah know what's going on, man. Y'all know, hey, I love a good draft season. I love some good draft talk now. I love some good draft talk. Now, also, we gotta talk about Travis Hunter, man. We still gotta talk about Travis Hunter in this Heisman race. But I'm not gonna lie, man. And what's crazy, I was just talking to my nephew. I was talking to my nephew yesterday, man. We went had a little guys' day, man. We went out and kicked it. I would tell y'all about it, but my sister in here and I wanted to get jealous. But yeah, we went out, had a good time. So, we talking ball. So, we talking Heisman race. My nephew, you know what I'm saying? My nephew's pulling for Ashton Jeanty, running back from Boise. And I ain't mad at it. That's what I talked about. I was like, hey, man, I ain't mad at it, man. I respect it. If it was any other year, I'd be right there with you. At points in the year, I was there too. But dog, I cannot overlook what we are seeing from Travis Hunter, dog. I just can't do it. I just can't. And I was telling my nephew this, dog. We was talking about it, you know what I'm saying? He trying to get his chops up. He had some little debate points. Hey, yeah, I respect you where you coming from, big dog. But the sad truth of it is, and I hate to do this, and I hate to do it to the running back position particularly because it feels like kicking a down dog. You know what I mean? You don't beat a down dog, man. He's already down. You know what I mean? You don't have to rub salt in the wound. I hate that this is where I have to take the debate. But that shows how strong of a case that Ashton Jeanty is making and how special and how dominant he's been. The fact that I got to hit him low like this. So I'm sorry in advance, Ashton Jeanty. But yeah, man. Sad truth of it is, I feel like a hoe saying it. I do. Because it's a low blow and I know it is. And I know better. Damn. I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to delay, man. If I'm going to say what's up in the chat to my dog, man. Miles, what's going on, man? Bruh, hey, that D-line, it's a pass rusher D-line, bruh. You know what Colorado's defense is, man? And I was just saying that they a rush defensive line and they got some decent players in the secondary, but the second level in the run defense is weak. You know who that defense is, Miles? Miles gonna get it. Peyton Manning's Colts. You remember Peyton Manning's Colts, bruh? Those early 2000 Colts teams where the offense, if they scored first, you was in trouble. Because that defense can pin their ears back. They got playmakers in the secondary. They got an enforcer. They got Bob Sanders. They got Shiloh playing Bob Sanders. You know what I'm saying? As far as an enforcer, he ain't that rangy. I'm just saying just the archetype. You know what I'm saying? And they've got 2 damn good rushers on that Colorado defensive line, but like they have to play with the lead. That's why the Colts always got dominated by the Jaguars because Maurice Jones-Drew and Fred Taylor were going there and run for 300 yards apiece. Okay, maybe not 3 apiece. They can go for 2 apiece. Fred Taylor and Maurice Jones-Drew play the Colts, and they go for 2 apiece, dog. The defense just wasn't built to play from behind, to play from behind, where you got to slow, where the game slows down, and we just gonna take our time and grind it out. The Colts couldn't do nothing with nobody like that. They had to score first. You let Peyton's Colts get up 14-3, the game is over. Because the white friend gonna hit your quarterback 7 times. Robert Mathis gonna smack your quarterback 6 times. You know what I'm saying? They had shifty penetrators at D tackles as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, yeah, okay, yeah, you get it. There we go. Yeah, okay, yeah, you get it. You see, he gets it. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what this Colorado defense is, dog. And Kansas came out, hit him right in the mouth. Went right down the field. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, now we got a shootout. And so Colorado in that offense, they kept pace for the most part in the first half. You know what I'm saying? So they were always like, they could never get over the hump and take the lead, but they stayed right there in range, especially in that first half. And then, I mean, just couldn't get over the hump. Couldn't get over the hump, man. But T. Hunter plays how many snaps effectively on both sides of the ball versus and not exactly, dog. He had 106 snaps yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Travis Hunter played 106 snaps. And you know what he did in 106 snaps? He was the best receiver in football yesterday. 8 for 125 and 2 touchdowns. And then he locked up. He should have had it was another interception that went off his hands. It's a play in a ball that only he gets to anyway. He's covering a shallow cross from right to left. He's right there in hip. And when the ball is in the air, then he hits another gear and overtakes the receiver, lays out, and damn near picks it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that ball is 6 inches above the ground. Like, bro, nobody's making that play. Nobody makes that play, dog. Nobody. It just goes down as a PBU, not even a pick. But, bro, there's not another corner that even gets to that ball. Will Johnson don't make that play. And Will Johnson's a stud. I'm talking about the kid from Michigan. So he's probably the best, just corner. Because he only plays, you know what I'm saying? Just the best pure corner is probably Will Johnson from Michigan. Because Travis Hunter chooses to be an all-pro receiver part-time. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if Will Johnson makes that play. I don't think so, dog. I don't think so. That type of short area explosiveness and that gear to be in phase and then hit a gear, cross face, trailing. He's trailing a shallow cross. He trailed the receiver. Y'all got to understand football, man. Y'all got to understand what I'm saying. He starts on the right hash or whatever he's at. He's trailing. This is a 40-yard route. It goes all the way from right to left sideline. He's trailing them 40 yards in his hip. Ball comes out, and now after trailing you from 40, you've got your speed up. I'm trailing. Now I hit a gear. I hit a nitrous boost. He hit the boost. Y'all seen Fast and Furious? Y'all seen Fast and Furious #1? Where Vin looked over, told him too soon, Junior. Then he hit his button. That's what happened. Those are the things that Travis does routinely. Those are the things that made Prime special. You know what everybody says about Prime? Man, everybody he's covering look open. Yeah, they do. Until you put the ball in the air. And then it's like, oh, shit. And now it's 60 the other way. That's what Travis is doing. That's what Travis is doing. Take it how you want to, man. That's what Travis is doing, dog. Everybody don't have that other gear, especially as the defender. There's guys on offense that have that gear. I'm running, you running with me. Oh, now the ball's in the air. Oh, there's a whole nother gear. You was in a 5-speed. I'm in a 6-speed, big dog. I got another gear to go. You know who had that? Deshaun Jackson was like that. Deshaun Jackson was like that, bro. We don't talk enough about Deshaun Jackson as a deep threat. Deshaun Jackson, he was fast. He was a low 4.3 guy coming out of Cal, like 4.33. I think he was like 160 pounds. The first Devontae Smith, but faster. But when the ball's in the air, I don't know if there's anybody faster than Deshaun Jackson when the ball's in the air. Like, I'm running 4.3 right now. And Victor let it go. Oh, I thought this was a 60-yard route. It's a 70-yard route. Don't trip. You know what I'm saying? And a whole nother gear come in. Like, that's special speed, dog. That's special explosiveness. That's everybody just ain't got that, man. Everybody ain't got it. My dog Master Arley, Kansas got a couple of guys back last week. They were on the right. And honestly, that's a good point as well. Because Kansas wasn't a slouch. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kansas wasn't a slouch at all. It's like I said, last year they had a pretty decent year. And then honestly, like, they've underperformed a little bit this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they've got talent. They've underperformed just a little bit. And so, yeah. And just like Miles said, they got a couple guys back and they're hitting their stride. This is the third ranked team they've beat in a row. So Kansas is playing good ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't play the games on paper. That's why we can't get caught up in the record. We can't get caught up in the record. They 5-6. Yeah, that's true. Well, look at the 5 wins. 3 of them are against ranked teams in a row. Come on, man. They playing ball. They playing ball. My dog Keanu said, so with everything you just said about Travis, how are we still having this conversation? Supposed to be the best player in football, has more space. No, okay. Getting back to what you said, because I didn't even get back to what I was saying. But what's going on, though, is we still have to give respect to, like, the conversation should only be Travis and Genty. Like, there was room in that conversation for, like, the first month of the season, of the college football season. Yeah, we could have a conversation, and we can mention Cam Ward. You know what I'm saying? Realistically, once we got past Cam Ward, Jalen Milroe had a game. He had a half against Georgia. You know what I'm saying? That jumped him into the conversation for a few of y'all. Miles in here. Miles jumped Jalen Milroe to the front of the line after he seen that Georgia game. Boy, you should feel foolish. But outside of a couple outlier single one-offs, like Jalen Milroe getting in the conversation, there's only been 3 names in the conversation, realistically, bro. Travis Hunter, Ashton Genty, and Cam Ward. You know what I'm saying? And then Cam Ward's Miami team, there's been a couple, like they were what? They're 10-1, or no, excuse me, they were what, 8-1, or they were 8-1 for a time. But let's not forget, Cam Ward made some spectacular plays in like 3 of those games at the buzzer to turn those L's into W's. So that 8-1 Miami team probably could be 6-3. Still very good, but you know what I'm saying, it doesn't have the same shine. But even outside of that, that's kind of cooled off. It's been a 2-horse race for me out front for, I mean, like I said, it's a 2-horse race. Now, Ashton Genty is special as well. He really is. And here's the thing. He's at 2,000 yards right now. He's got probably another 3 games left to play this year. He's definitely in reach of that Barry Sanders record. 2,700 yards. That's crazy, dog. 2,700. And this is the thing as well. Barry did it in 11 games. That's another thing that's getting overlooked. Barry did it in 11 games. So Ashton Genty may break that record. He's not going to do it in 11 games, but he may break that record. You know what I'm saying? Now, he went crazy, though. He did go crazy. I give you that. But Ashton Genty, he very well may break that record, which is special because there's been a long lineage of phenomenal backs, especially in college where running backs can really get off. In the pros, running backs can't really get off like that, or it's few and far in between, especially today. But it's few and far in between. It's not easy for a running back to get off in the pros. So in college is really where a running back can get off. And we've seen Derrick Henry at Alabama, Adrian Peterson at Oklahoma, Darren McFadden at Arkansas, Reggie Bush at USC. Shit, Bo Jackson. I mean, there's been running backs that got off. But the only one that's sniffing this record is Ashton Genty. And the thing about it for Ashton Genty, he's played, like they've played what? I think this is week 8 for college. Like most college teams have had 8 games. Am I tripping? I think this is like week 8 or week 9 as far as most college teams have played. He's probably played 60, 70% of available snaps. You know what I'm saying? At the running back position. Because like they putting teams away because of him. But like, bruh, he's going for $150 in a quarter and a half. And then he's chilling in some of these games. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, he had a stretch where he had like 3 200-yard games in a span of like 4 weeks. He ain't playing the fourth quarter in any of them games. You know what I'm saying? It was some type of crazy stat like that. So he's going crazy. Like, we got to respect it. He is going crazy. But as sad as it is to say it, we've seen running backs go crazy, dog. There's no other way to say it. We've seen running backs go crazy. He's going crazy. He is, but it doesn't feel as much of an outlier for me. Bro, I saw prime freshman Adrian Peterson at Oklahoma when the Big 12 was SEC junior, when the Big 12 was real. You know what I'm saying? And I saw freshman Adrian Peterson from Palestine, Texas, go for 1,800 yards and should have won a Heisman. He should have been in the league at 19. I saw that guy. Ashton he ain't 19-year-old Adrian Peterson, respectfully. I saw Darren McFadden at Arkansas for 3 years. Man, go nuts. 1,800 yards in 2 back-to-back years, runner-up for the Heisman 2 years back-to-back, and he split carries with Felix Jones and Peyton Hillis. They had a 3-headed monster. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've met LaDainian Tomlinson at TCU. You know what I'm saying? Reggie at USC. You know what I'm saying? We seen Mark Ingram at Alabama. Mark Ingram, Trent Richardson, and Derrick Henry. They all went crazy. Like, we've honestly, I'm a little desensitized. I'm a little desensitized to running backs getting off in college. But that's not to mean I don't respect it and I don't enjoy it, because he's balling. For sure. But when's the last time we seen Travis Hunter, man? We haven't. There's been guys that dabbled back and forth on both sides of the ball, but none at this level, dog. Champ Bailey went back and forth at Georgia. Champ Bailey had like 45 catches and 500 yards on offense. And then he was, you know what I'm saying, first team All-American at DB. So, yeah, he's probably the guy that I would say, because, like, people remember Charles Woodson. Charles Woodson didn't play it was more punt return than anything, but he didn't play as much offense as, like, Champ Bailey did. Like, you know what I'm saying? Champ Bailey played a lot more offense in college than Charles Woodson did. But Charles Woodson, Champ Bailey, who else we could throw in there, man? I mean, just anybody want to throw in there. Nobody's did it like this, bro. Nobody. He's a top 2 prospect at 2 positions. Like, normally when we see this, like Champ Bailey was the number 1 corner in the country. He probably was like a top 20 receiver, top 30 receiver, whatever. And I'm not going to tell you I know what the receiving class was like in 98 or whatever this would have been. I ain't going to try to play like that. But what I'm saying is, without even looking it up, I can tell you he wasn't considered a top 10 receiver prospect, regardless of what he did or what he looked like. I know he wasn't top 10. I would be hard-pressed to think he was top 15. Maybe he can sniff 2025, maybe. But he was the number 1 corner for sure. Travis is arguably the number 1 corner, and arguably, I think he warrants a conversation with Ted McMillan and Luther Burden. Between those 3, I'll put one of those guys above Travis. I won't put both of them. So if Ted McMillan from Arizona and Luther Burden from the crib from Missouri, if those are the 2 top pure receivers, I'll put one of those guys above Travis Hunter at receiver. I won't put both of them. So if Travis Hunter is in that room, he's top 3 and he's not number 3. He's not number 3. He's top 3. He's not number 3. So if y'all want to make an argument for Luther Burden 1 or Ted McMillan 1, I'll listen to it. I may even agree. But he's not behind both of them. I don't care what nobody say. So take every what you want. And then on defense is really, he treats defense like the second-hand job. Defense is his side hustle. Defense is Travis Hunter's side hustle. And honestly, he'd probably be even better at corner, because the way he moves, the ball skills, those things are there's so much more of an outlier as a DB than they are as a receiver. So he's even more valuable on the other side of the ball. And that's his side hustle. You know what I'm saying? He's got a wife. That's his side chick. Defense. You know what I mean? Random Thursday lunch dates. That's what defense gets. Offense gets Valentine's, Christmas, and Thanksgiving, dog. Come on, man. And he's arguably number 1 there. Arguably. Will Johnson is gonna be the guy that's number one and deserves. He's special. He's 6'2", 200 pounds. He's gonna run 4.4. He's gonna jump 36, 37 inches on his vertical. He's got good ball skills. He's got 2 pick sixes this year, 2 or 3. He can run. So he's a stud. Thank God Travis doesn't want to play defense. Thank God. Because, man, you know what I'm saying? Man, all right. I'm just saying that. So that's that for me, man. That's why I got to go Travis, dog. Any other year, man, I would love for it to be Ashton Genty. I would love for it, dog. But, man, I can't overlook just how truly special Travis is, man. And I hate that it's getting downplayed just how special it is. But Keandre said any other class, he would definitely agree. But having Travis in your class is like Charles Barkley with MJ. Hey, that's a fact, man. That's a fact. And you know what's crazy about that, bro? We don't give enough respect or credit to Barkley. Because, like, we forget Barkley was the number 2 player in the 90s. It wasn't Hakeem Olajuwon. Like, greatness for greatness, individual greatness. Yeah, Hakeem is a greater talent and a greater player overall. He's more awarded. And he actually got the championship when MJ left, but he got it. But at the time, I was a very young kid, and I liked Hakeem Olajuwon as well. I ain't gonna lie, because I liked his name. Hakeem Olajuwon, the dream. I liked it. My mama can tell you. I liked Hakeem Olajuwon. But Charles Barkley was the guy. Charles Barkley was a guy. Like, he was a star. You know what I mean? Like, Charles Barkley was the second biggest star. Not Patrick Ewing. Not Hakeem Olajuwon. You know what I mean? Like, not Baby Shaq and Penny. You know what I mean? When they came along. But no, man, Barkley was the guy. I had a basketball game on Sega. Charles Barkley, like Sir Charles Blackman. Look, Barkley was a star, man. We don't respect him enough. And he was 6'4". 6'4", and I think he's top 10 in rebounds in the history of the league. Man, hey, yeah. Barkley was a stud, man. We don't give him enough respect sometimes. Because, well, for one, he's hilarious. But yeah, man. Hey, I'm glad y'all fired up, man. I'm glad y'all woke up early and had a little coffee and y'all ready to go. That was good talk. Oh, we got some other news, man, before we get into these games. So the Giants have released Daniel Jones. Long overdue. This the handling of Daniel Jones and the handling of Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley is criminal. It needs to be studied for any GM going into the league. They should be forced to take a class or some type of course on how the Giants fumbled this whole Saquon and Daniel Jones situation. The Giants were hesitant to pay Saquon Barkley, what, $15 million a year? Now, he's been injured, he's been beat up, all of that. And I dig it. I do get that. I get it. But don't tell me we're not going to pay him, but then we're going to give Daniel Jones $40 million. And this is what it was for me. They both were eligible for franchise tags in the same year. So I think they transition tag Saquon, and then they exclusive tag Daniel Jones. Or did they give the exclusive tag to Saquon and then they just paid Daniel Jones? But the transition tag was perfect for a guy like Daniel Jones. Because there's no way in hell you're going to tell me we don't have to use the exclusive tag on Daniel Jones. Nobody was going to steal Daniel Jones for 2 firsts. New York Giants. That's what the exclusive tag means. If you sign our exclusive franchise tag player or whatever that tag, no, I'm lying to you. There's one of the tags. The franchise tag, or the franchise tag, I think you can't touch them. The transition tag, somebody, if they come get your player, they have to give up 2 first-round picks. There was nobody. The Giants bid against themselves, is what they did. They spent bad money. They burnt bad money, man. They bid against themselves. I don't know what made them think that they were in danger of losing Daniel Jones if they didn't get worked in the negotiating room 4 for $160, 4 for $40. Yeah, 40 years, $40 million for 4 years. Like, who are you bidding against? The transition tag would have been, like, I think closer to 30, and nobody's giving up those 2 firsts. And then he went back to a pumpkin from a princess. I don't even think it was a full-blooded princess. But whatever it was, man, terrible job done by the Giants organization, just period. And now you got to watch Saquon in division going absolutely bonkers. He's only 50, 60 yards behind Derrick Henry and the rush as the rushing leader now. Now, Derrick Henry, they had a bye week. I think the byes may be coming to that, so Derrick's gonna play Monday. I believe there was I believe the Ravens are behind the game from the Eagles. Be that as it may, Saquon is playing at the top of the league, man. And so just terrible job done by the Giants and the Merritt family. And that's the thing as well, man. The Giants are esteemed and held as one of these original blue bloods and da-da-da-da. That is a poorly run organization, dog. When they were winning Super Bowls with Michael Strahan, I ain't gonna say with Eli Manning, with Eli as well, but with Michael Strahan and Eli Manning, when they were winning those Super Bowls, they were still ass. You know what I'm saying? They still weren't like when's the last time the Giants have been like just a consistently like tier 1 performing team in league? When? Because was Phil Simms and LT's Giants in the 80s when they were winning Super Bowl? I imagine then maybe they were, routinely at the top of division. But all my life, they've been in the mix. They've been 8-8, 9-7, 10-6 on a hot year. Back to 9-7, 7-9. The 2 years they got hot in those playoff runs, I mean, like I said, one of those years they was definitely 9-7, last team in the playoffs, and went on a magical stretch. But be that as it may, man. I don't know. Giants overrated organization. That's how I feel. All right, man. Now, good talk. I'm glad we got the juices flowing. I'm glad we got the juices flowing because now it's time to talk ball, man. It's Sunday. It's football Sunday. Sunday before Thanksgiving. And we got some good games to talk about, man. First up on the slate, I lied to you. Minnesota on the road at Chicago. Give me Minnesota in this one, man. 23-16. The Vikings have definitely came back down to earth from how they started that on fire 5-0 start. They came back down to earth a little bit. Chicago in that first game since firing Shane Waldron, offense and specifically Caleb Williams looked a lot better. That Chicago defense is still pretty stingy now. And so, and like I said, so I think this has a chance to probably play out as a closer game than maybe you would think just on the surface. But I do expect Minnesota to win this one. Going on the road, I've got 23-16. I want to see with Justin Jefferson and Jalen Johnson, man, how that looks. Just to see how competitive that is in those moments and see if Sam Darnold can play clean enough and get Jettas the ball like I need him to. Moving on, man. Detroit on the road at Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson getting his job back after the 2-week break with Joe Flacco. I'm not mad about the benching of Anthony Richardson, dog. I'm just really not. He was playing terrible football and pulling himself out. He made that like you start to lose respect, bro. You know what I'm saying? But he's super young, so it was never a death sentence for me. And so, but I wasn't mad about the decision. Now, Joe Flacco couldn't regain that Cleveland magic that he had the year before. And so now we move back to Anthony Richardson. And he responds last week. Anthony Richardson probably had his best game as a pro last week. You know what I mean? It wasn't perfect, but it was still very good football, winning football. And they got it done. So let's see if he builds on that. But man, they run into a juggernaut, man. The Detroit Lions, Jared Goff and them, man, these Detroit Lions are playing real life bully ball, and they are just steamrolling guys. Well, I guess we could say that on the heels of them dominating the Jets without Trevor Lawrence. But for me, that don't matter because who's Trevor Lawrence? Outside of Trevor Lawrence coming back for 27-0 in the playoffs against Justin Herbert, who is Trevor Lawrence? So the fact that he missed this game didn't change the prospects for me in that game anyway. But they steamrolled the Jaguars with Mac Jones, 50 ball. I expect them to win this one as well. But I've got Jared Goff and them going for 30. I got 30-24. Let's see if Anthony Richardson legs could cause some trouble and be an asset for them like they generally are, especially last week in that Jets game. And see if they can make it interesting. But I'm going Jets on the road. Moving on, New England going to Miami. And you know what, man? I was trying to see if I could see the upset in this one. That Patriots defense, it can be stingy. Drake May's been playing pretty good ball, man. I mean, he's been looking good. Not phenomenal. Trent, I don't want to overstate it, but he's been looking good. And so I've been singing his praises. I've done enough apologizing to you or whatever the case. He's playing pretty well. But all said, man, I still think Miami with Tua back in the driver's seat, they still are a dangerous offense. They're still not necessarily playing the best version of their ball that I've seen them play over these last 3 years, but they're playing enough to get it done, and I think they still are able to do so, especially at the crib. I'm going Miami 24-17. If this was in New England, I had upset on my mind in this one, but at home in Miami, give me Miami to get it done. And then honestly, man, depending on how this AFC plays out, I think that 7th seed in the AFC playoff picture is gonna get really crowded, man. As this season winds down, I think that 7th spot is gonna get damn crowded. There's gonna be a lot of people fighting and clawing to get to 10 wins or so to see if they can get themselves a shot for that 7th seed in the AFC. So I wonder if Miami still maybe has a backdoor chance to sneak in that thing or get themselves in that conversation, that mix. Tampa Bay on the road against the Giants. Man, this could have just been a lot to a little. It could have been a lot of things. We'll see what's going on with them. Daniel Jones, of course, no longer in the building. They're not going to Drew Luck. They're going to Tommy DeVito. There we go. Instead, and I think it's contractual things, like depending on how many snaps Drew Luck pays, they have to pay him more money, or maybe it costs them more draft picks, or there's something financial in the mix as to why Drew Lock is not getting the chance to start for the Giants. But be that as it may, it wouldn't much matter. Baker Mayfield has been playing damn good ball, man. I've always been a fan of Baker, but seeing just the job he's done in Tampa Bay, especially devoid of his top 2 weapons and still fighting, clawing, stretching, taking teams to the brink, limited the way he's been, you got to respect it, man. I do. And now we finally get Mike Evans back into the lineup, who's been hampered by a hamstring injury all year anyway. So now it's his first game back. The Giants playing for the top draft pick. I was going to say top 2, top 3. They probably don't even want to risk that. They want the number 1 pick. They don't want to happen what happened with the Texans and the Bears a couple years ago when Lovie Smith went off the reservation and won a ball game that cost them the number 1 seed. They don't want that to happen. They are playing for the number 1 seed. I don't expect much of any resistance, if anything. But I went 24-13 on the road for Tampa Bay and Mike Evans to get back in the mix. Now, here's the thing as well. Mike Evans has had this streak, 10 1,000-yard seasons consecutively in his career. He's missed several games this year. I think there's 7 games left. He needs like 650 yards to get to 1,000. And so he doesn't have, if he's going to hit that mark and get to 1,000, he's got to hit the ground running, and he's got to do so in this game. Good thing about this game is that Giants secondary, they're there for there's going to be yards there for the taking. So if he can hit the ground running, man, and pick up, where he's left off for the most part, let's see how big a day he can have and see if he can keep those hopes alive. Dallas on the road at Washington. Dallas as well playing for a top 10 pick. I don't think they're going to get into that top 3 mix, but they definitely going to be in the top 10. And honestly, they probably trying to get as close to 5 as they can without it being obvious. But Dallas on the road at Washington. I think Washington picks back up, gets back on the winning side. They've had a rough few weeks. Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Philly, back-to-back weeks. I think that Philly game was a short Thursday night game after playing the Steelers. And so they've had a rough stretch here, losing 3 in a row. They should get back in the winning side of things with this game against Dallas for sure at home. Dallas doesn't want to win this game anyway, but I'll go 27-20, Washington and Jaden Daniels and those Commanders getting it back done. Moving on, man. Kansas City on the road at Carolina. Now, you know what, man? And this is where I got to shout out, man. Shout out to my dog, man, BP and the gang over there, man. No balls, no glory. I popped into their pod the other night. I think this might have been last Wednesday night. I think they were also on last Wednesday, so I got on their show for a little bit. And one of the guys on their show, man, I can't remember who said it. He called for the upset in this Carolina Kansas City game. And I'm not gonna lie, he made some damn good points. Man, when he called for the upset in this one. At home, Carolina, I think, is 1-2 in a row. The defense is playing better. You know what I'm saying? They moving the ball. They running the ball well with Chuba Hubbard. You know what I'm saying? He made some good points. Kansas City not playing their best ball. Kansas City they just lost to Buffalo. They arguably Should have lost to Denver. Patty's leading the league in interceptions. He made some good points. Not gonna lie, he did. But I can't pull that trigger, man. I'm still taking Kansas City. I'm still taking Kansas City, man, to get this done on the road. 23-16. I think this does have a chance to maybe be a closer, uglier game than we would just think as face value. You know what I'm saying? If Carolina at the home, if they could get their run game going with Chuba Hubbard, you know what I'm saying? If I mean, I'm just saying, if that defense is able to kind of tighten up, be stingy, you know what I mean? I mean, who knows? Maybe they a turnover or two. You know what I'm saying? We know Patty may put the ball in the other team's hands. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how you know what I'm saying? The cookie may crumble the right way, Miles. Just sometimes, man, sometimes the ball might bounce a certain way today. We never know. I'm just saying. Just saying, man. He made a compelling argument. He called for the upset. I can't go there with him, though. I'm taking Kansas City. He said more smut. Hey. Hey, man, don't shoot the messenger, man. The shout out to my dog BP and everybody over at No Balls No Glory for sure, man. Y'all check them out if y'all have a chance to, man. They on YouTube. Moving on, man. Tennessee on the road at Houston. And shout out to my dog Tom, man. Shout out to my dog Tom. Wake your ass up and get in here, boy. But, man, yeah, Houston, it really hasn't looked the same. I think my dog Tom, he might have finally admitted it or said something well, like, man, CJ ain't looking the same, man. He's not. But there's a lot of factors going on. That offensive line, specifically in pass protection, has been atrocious. The receiver room has been decimated by injuries. They're getting Nico Collins back. His first game was last week against the Cowboys. And so we'll see how he continues to progress and pick up. But Tennessee, I think they're a team. They can make it ugly. They can make it tough on you, but I don't see them winning the game. But I think especially division matchup, I think they have a chance to kind of, muddy the water a little bit and maybe make it a little tougher than it needs to be. But I do expect Houston to get this dub. I'm going 24-20 to get this win at home for the Texans. Moving on, man. Denver on the road at Las Vegas. Give me Denver in this one, 24-13. Bo Nix is playing damn good ball, man. I've been singing the praises of Bo Nix and Drake May for a few weeks now on the show because they've been playing very good ball. And I was low on both of those guys as prospects. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be just as loud with the apology as I was with the, you know what I'm saying, with the hate or whatever you want to call it. It is what it is. Bo Nix been playing damn good ball. Bo Nix, I think his play has of late overtaken Jaden Daniels as the rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year. I think that's where it is right now, man. It feels like Jaden's been a little quiet this last month of the season. Like I said, he had a bye week and then a rough 3 weeks. Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Philly on a short week. So that's been his last month. He has a chance now to still, reignite that his own campaign for offensive rookie of the year for sure and pick it back up. They should be able to get a dub and get it done today against Dallas. And so we'll see. But right now, man, I think Nix has caught him, man. Be that as it may, Raiders don't have a chance. That Denver defense is playing lights out. And then honestly, I mean, Raiders are they're just guys, man. They're just there. Nobody wants to be there and everybody's forced to be there. You know what I mean? That's just got to be a terrible situation to be in. I wonder if the Raiders are going to planning on making any style of push for Daniel Jones. And not to say that Daniel Jones is any type of savior, but Daniel Jones he's a better Gardner Minshew, but he's Gardner Minshew, but he's a better Gardner Minshew. You know what I mean? Like, as bad as that quarterback room is over there, maybe you just take a swing, see if you can get 2 or 3 more victories before the year is over. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Daniel Jones wants to have a chance to just actually put himself on the field and audition for a few teams. Maybe if that's the case, the Raiders will be an easy team to align him to. But from what I've seen, Daniel Jones isn't really necessarily concerned about going somewhere to start immediately, more so about just getting on with a playoff contender. So it sounds like he's okay sitting out the rest of this year as a backup, just getting in a good system and being on a team that has a chance to compete. And so I think the teams that I've seen connected to Daniel Jones have been the Ravens and maybe the Vikings. I think it was it Raiders and Vikings, or Ravens and Vikings that maybe are on his radar or on his mix, but we'll see. I think we should expect sometime this next week is when I think it'll be announced wherever he's going to sign, wherever he decides to sign. So we'll see. But I'll take Denver in this one on the road, 24-13. San Francisco on the road at Green Bay. Now, San Francisco in this one, man, is going into this one left-handed. I didn't put the winner there. I'm taking Green Bay in the game. Green Bay 27-17. San Francisco is going to be without Brock Purdy, without Nick Bosa in this one as well. So you've got, your quarterback on offense and the best player on your defense. They're both going to be out this game. And then Green Bay, y'all got to know how I feel about Jordan Love right now, man. Jordan Love is he's a guy, man. I'm telling you, it's still a little wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still a little wild. We gotta calm him down, rein him in a little bit. We gotta fine tune him. I don't even want to say calm him down. We gotta fine tune him. We gotta focus the laser because he's got a laser. It's a ray gun. Right now, it just shoots everywhere. You know what I mean? We gotta just fine tune. Let's focus it in. You know what I mean? It makes me think about a little bit like how I felt about like when I started really appreciating Josh Allen's game. Because it's wild. It's inconsistent. He'll turn the ball over. He's a little loose. Trust that arm too much. But, boy, it's something there, boy. Like, that's how I feel about Jordan Love, dog. Like, top of the league, top of talent. Like, I'm telling you, I've said it a few weeks now. Just arm for arm. I don't know how many guys I'm taking over Jordan Love, dog. I'm talking like strength, velocity, angles. He can be pinpoint accurate. You know what I mean? He throws some real darts, dog. But we gotta calm him. We gotta fine tune him. Be that as it may, I expect Green Bay to get this done against a struggling San Francisco team, man. Hampered by injuries all year. Contract year for Brandon Ayuk. The offseason was uncomfortable. Ayuk and Trent Williams holding out. You get both those guys back relatively late. The injuries. Chris McCaffrey just got back 2 weeks ago. And now you're down Brock Purdy. You lose a tough one at the end to division rival Seattle Seahawks just last week as well. Your playoff hopes are dwindling in the wind. And now you've got to go on the road at Green Bay without Purdy and Bosa. So give me Green Bay, and that's a 27-17. And honestly, after this loss, I don't know, man. I don't know what the realistic the realistic hopes are going to be for the Niners to make the playoffs, because the Rams are stacking wins. The Cardinals are playing very good football, and they're coming up next here. We're going to talk about them. The Cardinals have a division division matchup game against Seattle at Seattle. Seattle had a much needed win in division last week against the Niners, coming back and winning that one in the end. And so this is a big game for Arizona. It's a big game for Arizona. And you know what? Shout out to my dog Champy, man. I don't think you're in here this morning, but Champy, man, from Arizona, he's a Cardinals fan. Be tapping into my Wednesday shows, man. We'll be talking a little Cardinal ball when he gets in the building. But hey, man, I want to pull for Kyler and the Cardinals. I've been pulling for Kyler. I'm a Kyler fan as well. I've been pulling for him. But something about playing in Seattle, man. Something about playing in Seattle. Seattle's still finding a way to gut them out, grit them out. They got a impressive kind of comeback victory, because Geno ran a touchdown in to take the lead late in the game yesterday. They ended up being the game-winning touchdown, getting that victory over San Francisco. And then, and I hate saying this because y'all heard me say this all the time as well. You don't play this game on paper, man. You play this game on grass. But when I just go over the matchups in my mind, all right, I'm lying, man. I feel like I was trying to force feed myself Big Geno and those Seahawks, but I'm glad I talked that out with y'all. So I'm glad we talked this out, because we don't play this game on paper. We play it on grass, man. And I think the Cardinals are playing better. Kyler's definitely playing better. James Conner is just Mr. Reliable, man. It's not often splashy. It doesn't often shine or shimmer. It's not glittery. But damn it, if he don't get it done, James Conner is the quintessential. Just get it done, man. Give him 22 carries. He'll get you 80 yards. You know what I mean? Get him 30 touches. He'll give you 120 yards. Because he can catch a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? So I'll take Kyler being special when he needs to. I'll take James Conner being reliable, gutting out these 3.5-yard carries to keep the defense honest. And let's see if Marvin Harrison, let's see how he stacks up against this secondary with Tariq Woolen and Devin Singletary. So I would imagine maybe he sees more Woolen than Witherspoon in this one. Just makes sense size-wise. You know what I mean? They're both tall, lean guys. I mean, I would imagine that'd be the matchup. So I want to see how he does in that matchup as well. But I'll take Arizona, man. I'll take Kyler and Marvin Harrison making just enough plays to get this done. Like I said, 20-17. There's only 2 touchdowns scored. And let's say if this is a 13-17 ball game, let's see if Kyler and Marvin Harrison can go down the field and get one in to be the deciding touchdown and get away with a win, 20-17, and really give themselves a nice foothold in that NFC West. Man, that NFC West playoff division races is still pretty tight. So just want to keep our eye on for sure. Sunday night football, Philly on the road against the Rams in Los Angeles. And I'm going Philly. I'm not going to lie. I was hesitant in this one as well. Something about Philly going all the way out to LA on Sunday night. I don't know, man. I was thinking, is this one where the Rams get out, get ahead, and maybe we don't get such a sharp game from Hurts in that Eagles offense. But I think the deciding factor, the difference maker for me in this one for sure, Saquon Barkley, man. Saquon Barkley's playing out his mind right now. Saquon Barkley's playing out his mind. And so I definitely like what the Rams have got going on, especially that young defense. Like, I wasn't as high on Braden Fisk, the undersized defensive lineman from Florida State. I wasn't as high on him, but he's coming along, playing good ball, getting good rush. Jared Verse was my edge one, also from Florida State. So he's looking like the defensive rookie of the year for me. If I had to call one right now, I think I'd go Jared Verse. So he's playing damn good ball. And so, big fan of his. Cam Kitchens from Miami. This is one I feel good about. He was my top safety. Cam Kitchens was my top safety in this draft. I had him I'm not going to lie, I had Cam Kitchens as a top 60 player. I wanted to admit he's either top 60 or top 75. But I definitely had him as around, I think I probably had him closer to like top 60, 65. Like a guy that was a second round player. Could have been a second round player in my book. Like I really liked Cam Kitchens, and he's playing damn good ball as well. Damn good ball. I want to say he's got 2 or maybe 3 interceptions on the season, and I think they've all happened in the last 4 or 5 games. So he's been turning it on. I think he may have ran one of his interceptions back. He may have a pick 6 as well. So be that as it may, I was a big fan of Cam Kitchens, and so they've got a nice 3-headed monster there. As far as rookie performers on this Rams defense that I'm really a fan of. Jared Verse, Braden Fisk, Cam Kitchens. They also still got Byron Young was a nice pick. They still got Kobe Turner who were nice picks last year. So they've got some nice pieces on that defense, man, and they're starting to play pretty, they're starting to show up and play good ball as well. But I am still going to go with Philly, man. I just Saquon's too much of an X factor in this game. Whether it's going to be running the ball or catching the ball out the backfield, I just think he's just too much of an X factor in this one. And I'm going to go Philly on the road, 30-27. 30-27 is where I'm going. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, game of the week. Monday Night Football, Baltimore on the road against the Chargers. And Isaiah, I hope you're still in the building, damn it. I hope you're still in the building, Isaiah. I'm counting on your Chargers, man. I'm counting on your Chargers to step up and win one that matters, man. Step up and win one that matters. All right? I talked to you last week. I said, man, these next 2 weeks are going to let me know if you're a real contender. You already was, you didn't even want the pressure. You was like, nah, we ain't no contenders. We just rebuilding good. You ain't even want that pressure on yourself. Well, I'm putting it on you. Let me see what you do these next 2 weeks, and let's see if you're a real contender, man, in this AFC playoff scenario, in this upcoming AFC playoff push that everybody's making. Are you guys really showing up to the party, or you just want to be outside? You just gonna play the parking lot? Are y'all coming to the dance, or y'all just gonna play the parking lot? That's what I need to find out, and I think we find out that starts Monday night at the crib against Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? You've got a prime premium opponent in your crib at your building on Monday night. Get it done, man. Tell your boy Justin, get it done. Go catch a body. You remember what we talked about last week, man? Justin Herbert got to go catch a body, man. Justin Herbert, to this point, he's just a guy with hands. He ain't got no bodies, though, man. You want to be a killer? You want me to respect you like a killer? You want to be Joe Burrow? You want to be Patty Mahomes? Go catch a body, man. All right? It's a lot of people out here with hands. We can go find one. That don't make you a killer, though, man. You want to be a killer? Go get one, man. Go start putting one on the wall. Go put some on the wall, man. This is a good chance right here. Let me see how you play this out. You got Baltimore right now. You got Kansas City next week. Let me see what you do these next 2 weeks, man. Let me see if you're a killer or not. Then I can start putting a little more respect on your name. Until then, I'm still going to have my questions, man. So I'm giving you a chance. I'm counting on you. Handle your business. I'm going Chargers at home, at the crib, Monday night, 28-24. I need to see them get it done. That Chargers defense now, Isaiah keeps telling me every week they the number one defense in the league. Number one defense. I need to see it. Because now you playing offenses now. Y'all been the number one defense, this is true, but now you're playing offenses. You played the first offense y'all played all year was Cincinnati. They scored damn near 30 points in one half of football. So, hey, man, I need to see it. 21 in the second half. Excuse me. They had 27 for the game, 6 points in the first half, 21 in the second half. In case you in here and you feeling like you want to call me out. But, yeah, I need to see it. Because in one half of football, Joe Burrow raced up and down the field until those last 2 possessions. I need to see it, man. Let me see what that number one defense is worth. Show me it's legit. All right? Show me it's legit. Yeah, I need to see these Chargers. And I may have some personal bias in the pick. Can't lie. It's never a bad thing to see Baltimore lose, especially if my Steelers lost. So yeah, I've got a little personal skin in the game. So what? I still think this is a very winnable game for the Chargers, though. I definitely do. I think they do have the way their defense is playing and the inconsistencies in the passing game from Lamar and their receiving core. Even though Lamar's having a fantastic year statistically passing the ball, Lamar is a top 3. Is he top 3 in passing right now? Or maybe they slowed down. He was leading league in passing just a couple weeks ago. And so now I think Burrow and Burrow was at the top. I know there was a stretch in which Geno Smith was at the top. Baker Mayfield's been up near the top. So, but he's in that mix. So they're passing the game statistically, well, but still inconsistencies there. Zay Flowers will drop a pass or two at the worst, at the most critical moments, man. We've seen that in the Steelers game as well. So this Chargers defense, man, he's been telling me about these standout rookies they got. Cam Hart from Notre Dame, who is playing well. The other guy, Taheeb Steele from Maryland. Now, I wasn't up on Taheeb Steele so far, honestly. Like in my draft, I think I liked the other corner from Maryland better than I liked him when I was looking at him. But Cam Hart I was familiar with, and he's playing decent ball. You got Christian Fulton over there from Tennessee. He's playing decent ball. And so we'll see what y'all do, man. Let me see what that number one defense is worth. Show me Justin Herbert's a killer, man. I don't want him getting saved. I want him to go out there and get his own kill. I want him to see him go get his own kill. But, oh, man, look. Hey, short week. I think we got 6 teams on bye weeks this week as well. And so, short week there. Oh, man, I'm tripping, y'all. As y'all know, Thursday is Thanksgiving. So we got more than a few games on Thanksgiving. We got more than a few Thanksgiving games. Oh, no. I'm tripping. Y'all right. We don't talk about that till Wednesday. So, yeah, no, we good. That's everything. That's it. That's all. Now, make sure I didn't miss nothing in the chat. If you got something on your mind, you better speak now. Hold your peace till Wednesday. Because we done went through all the games and we done had a little fun talk as well. Let me see. make sure I didn't miss anything else of note. But no, like I said, man, I think that's it, man. My game of the week definitely gonna be Baltimore on the road Monday night against the Chargers. I need Justin Herbert and the Chargers to come through for me. Do what they got to do. Help me sleep a little better tonight as number 1 seed in the AFC North Division. Yeah, no, that's it. That's all then, man. We're going to go ahead and call it. It's Sunday. It's 11:12, almost a quarter after. You got 45 minutes, man. Y'all know the program, man. Y'all know what's going on. Find your favorite spot on your favorite couch. Get your favorite adult beverage in your favorite hand. Find your favorite team. Turn them on TV. Tell your wife and kids to find something to do so they can get out your way. Enjoy your football Sunday as always. And before we get out of here, you know we got to do the member roll call, man. Shout out to the members that was in the building. First one through the door, Mon Deuce. I appreciate you. Hey, in the house, let's get it going. You know what time it is. My dog Keandre, man, was second one right through the door. Came in hot, man. Came in and just went right for my neck. Come on, dog. What I do to deserve all that, man? Shout out to my homeboy, man. Shout out to my dog Isaiah, man. Look, hey, him too. Came right on in. Right at my neck, man. Firing shots at me, man. I told you, Isaiah, I need y'all to handle y'all business on Monday night, man. Let me see what y'all do with those Ravens, man. Sis was in the building. Yeah, I know you had a late night. I'm glad you was able to get up in this early morning as well and make it. Appreciate you as always. Man, I'm looking for you. Oh, yeah, my dog Miles came in this thing as well, man. Appreciate you, homeboy. For sure. Hey, yeah. Hey, shout out to Devin Neal, man, one more time. 37 for 207, 3 touchdowns on the ground, 4 catches, 80 yards, another touchdown in the air. My goodness. Boy went crazy. If you showed me one game of him all year, and that's the game I watched, it'd be tough for me not to say he's a top 60 player. If that's the only thing I knew about Devin Neal was what he did against Colorado, my goodness at all. My goodness, man. Hold on, man. My dog Keandre came in with a couple late ones for me, man. He said, if LA beats the Ravens, he'll buy a Chargers hat. Ooh. I tell you what, man, Keandre, if you buy that Chargers hat, man, take a picture of it and post it so I can put it on. I'm gonna put you on the show, man. I'm gonna put you on the show on your Chargers hat. Cause I need that to happen. So get your lids. Go ahead and find your local lids, man. I think LA can get it done. I need them to get it done. Maybe I'm letting my personal bias get the best of me. I need them to get it done. And I'll tell you what, the defense is stingy. They've been the number 1 scoring defense in the league for the bulk of the season. But also, that offense is scoring points. You know what I'm saying? That offense is scoring points. They top 30. They went back and forth with Joe Burrow in the game. You know what I'm saying? That's in the it got close in the second half, but they scored 30 points. You know what I'm saying? Ladd McConkey finding a way to get open deep late. You know what I mean? Herbert finding a way to get the ball down the field. Quentin Johnston been getting in the paint a little bit. So they scoring points, and if they can still keep up that point production with that defense playing the way that they've been playing for the most part of this year, hey, stranger things have happened. I'm not gonna put it past anybody. The Ravens lost at the crib to the Raiders. The Raiders went to Baltimore and spanked ass. So you're not gonna tell me that the Chargers don't have a chance. Ain't no way. Chargers definitely got a chance, and they at the crib. Hey, shout out to my dog Keandre. May say, make sure everybody knows these Thanksgiving games are all on Amazon exclusively. Ooh, hey, that's a good reminder too, boy. That's a good reminder. Matter of fact, Wednesday, I'm gonna have you come back and bring that message back with you on Wednesday, because we're gonna break down those Thursday Thanksgiving games on Wednesday for sure. Y'all know what's going on, man. Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Type in with your dog. You know what's going on. But other than that, man, it's about that time, man. That's it. That's all. Say it with me at home. I say the same thing every week. If I forgot to say your name, damn, my bad. But charge it to my head. And don't charge it to my heart. You know I'm thinking about your big dog. Appreciate all the love and support as always, man. Appreciate y'all getting up early this morning, getting in the chat, firing up with your dog, man. Appreciate y'all. Mom said peace of love to everybody. Y'all know what's going on. No better way to sign off than that. Peace of love. I will see y'all Wednesday. Enjoy y'all football Sunday. Peace. Matter of fact, hey, play my outro music.